Meditate, manifest, invest in you. Join me on my spiritual journey as I elevate myself and like-minded listeners to a higher level mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for listening. This is Black Hippie Lounge, and I am your host, Chanel. Good evening. So I've been busy with work, school, life, all that jazz. So I didn't get to record episode last Sunday, and I wanted to do this episode because I came across a post that I felt resonated with me, and hopefully it resonates with somebody else. This next couple of months is like grind time for me. I got a lot of things I need to get accomplished and finished. So sometimes when that happens, you can get not necessarily discouraged, but you kind of, when you're in that waiting season, you need to find ways to stay encouraged and stay motivated to keep going towards your goals, especially when it's like you have that feeling of like, the next thing is coming and you just kind of have to keep pushing, but also be patient. It's finding that balance. We're in Libra season, so it's all about balancing between, striving and working hard and being on your grind and hustling, but also still letting those things come to you. I was listening to a sermon this morning before work, and it was talking about how important rest is, like how we as a society, we push so hard for work that God still wants us to have days of rest. And when you let God take control, He will give you days to rest, but still also days to work that will allow you to live the life that you need to live. So it definitely resonated with me because I don't have a day of rest. I work every day. And if I'm not at work, I'm in school or doing both in the same day. So, and I know that's just like temporary and it's coming to an end because I'm about to be done with school. So, but it definitely hit me because I'm like, man, that's true. I could use a day of rest. And I'm sure there's other people like that too. And it's like when you're in that mode of like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. Sometimes you have to find that balance of like doing what you have to do, but still making sure you're working with God to get you to a place where you don't have to overwork yourself. And that's definitely, it resonated with me because that's where I'm at. I'm trying to get to a place where I don't have to work double to be able to not more than maintain, but do well and take care of myself. So I saw someone post a post from Instagram that I definitely liked what it talked about and what it was saying, and I feel like it was some good words of encouragement. So I'm gonna get into it. The page is called The Angry Therapist. It's all one word together. The Angry Therapist. So the post says, the first part is 4 parts to it. So I'm going to read each one and, comment on it. First one says, we're meant to lose our way. That's how we find ourselves. And that definitely, I mess with that completely because there's a lot of times when I have lost my way, quote unquote, but it really helped me figure out more about myself and definitely figuring out like how resilient I am, how, I can pretty much, I'm still working on the patience, but how patient I am too. Also just my strength and how smart I am, how, great of a person I can be and caring and all that other jazz. All the good stuff, but also the bad stuff. It's not necessarily bad, but things that I have to work on as well. And a lot of the times when I thought I was lost or doing the wrong thing or not understanding where I was in life, with time and patience and just stepping back and letting, the universe take a little bit control and guide me, I ended up in a place where I usually never thought I would be. And a lot of the times it's way better than what you imagined. So I definitely agree with this, saying that, we're meant to lose our way because our way is not necessarily the way. You have to remember that the way is what God has already written out for you, but we just don't know we don't have the map, we don't know what's ahead. God knows what's ahead. And your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they know what's ahead. They're with you. And as long as you stay connected to them with prayer, meditation, you pay attention to things around you. A lot of, I think I talked about this in the last time, but the past year or so, I would say, about a year, or at least the past couple of months, I've been seeing angel numbers. I catch them all the time. Again, they're 555, 333, 444, 222, 111, 1111, 1010, 1212. Those are the numbers that I've been catching. Yeah. But I've also seen a lot around me is a lot of white butterflies. It's not in a swarm of them, but every so often a white butterfly will pass me. And that's supposed to mean purity. Angels are near you, and protection, but also good things are coming, and you're on the right path. And so that's always, and it always comes at the time when it's just oh, okay. It kind of makes me, scares me, breathe and just kind of relax, because it just reassures me. Just like when I see the numbers, I always catch the numbers at a time when I'm thinking about, what's going to happen with this, or if I'm in deep thought, then the numbers show up, and it kind of just takes off the stress somewhat. So back to the post. Yeah, when we're meant to lose our way, because like I was saying, our way is not necessarily the way for us that God has for us, and that's why we figure it out on the way. We're always getting guided to where you're supposed to be. It's just we are human and we have to figure it out our own way. So the next post, and some of these are long, so bear with me, I have to read through. So the second one says, self-discovery requires getting lost. That's how we learn about ourselves, who we are, what we are meant to give, who we're supposed to meet, what we're supposed to learn from them, and where we're supposed to go. That's how we become. If life went exactly as we planned or wanted, we wouldn't change because we wouldn't need to. And that isn't life. That would just be accomplishing goals without internal change, and without internal change, there is no fulfillment or meaning. Sugar, no substance, it's skin without love. This definitely is real. Because you think about it, it's true. If life went exactly as we planned, it'd be boring, it'd be predictable. You wouldn't experience heartache. You wouldn't experience pain. You wouldn't experience loss. You wouldn't experience anger. You wouldn't experience sadness. There are a lot of things that you wouldn't experience. Everyone would just be happy all the time getting what they want. And you wouldn't know how to care for another person. You wouldn't know how to share. You wouldn't know how to sacrifice something for yourself or for others. You wouldn't know how to detect jealousy or deceit or lies, or someone coming to you with bad intentions or bad energy around you. You wouldn't be able, everybody's life needs the ups and downs, because the ups get you the highs and the lows teach you the lessons, and everybody needs a lesson. That's why we're here. Your soul is here to learn a lesson and fulfill a life that is already predestined. Is that a word? Predestined? Yeah, something like that. You get my drift. A predestiny, it's just we don't know in the human form what exactly that destiny is. We're just following. That's why it's important to be in tune with your soul, because your soul knows what we're supposed to be doing here. It's just we as the human, we're trying to figure it out from the inside. So I definitely agree with that, what it's saying as far as like life wouldn't be life if it was just go however we wanted to. All sugar, no substance. And also it's like it says, like we have to have self-discovery. You have to get lost. You have to meet people that maybe you're supposed to meet them, but it's only supposed to be temporary, or they're supposed to be a lesson, versus someone who's supposed to be in your life forever. You learn some of the best lessons from people that you end up having possibly bad experiences with, or people that you thought you would never lose. And it doesn't have to be death. It could just be like that person is no longer a part of your life. Those lessons stick with you for life, and they help you when you're in similar situations later on in life, and you can go back to it, think about it, and make better decisions. We need all of that in our lives. That's what makes life, and why we're able to relate to other people, because even if we don't go through the same exact situation, everybody goes through similar things that teach them lessons, that teach them how to love, how to heal, how to, help someone else, and just how to live. And the more things that you experience, the more easier it becomes as you get older to just really learn how to enjoy life and stop stressing about the next thing or trying to accomplish all these things. Because when you experience loss, you realize the importance of life, and how society does push this whole agenda, and some of it is good, but we still have to follow what God's word is, and God said to rest too. And a lot of things, like when I was listening to the sermon today, it was like that technically working a lot is a sin. I didn't know that. Like, you're supposed to rest on Sunday, or I think Saturday too, but I know definitely Sunday is a day of rest, and that's technically somewhat of a sin, or just like you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, but I'm about to go to work right now. So, but it was also like, that's why God, if you let God take control and guide you where you need to be, and that's like kind of, I'm not going to tell everything, but about my personal life, but it made sense, because it's like, even if you're working a weekend job right now, that's not what God has for you forever. So just do what you have to do, but also be I have to be on myself and make sure I'm doing the work to help with God's plan to get me out of the situation to have to work a weekend and I'll be to a space where I'll be, financially comfortable to just work one job and not have to deal with that. But also I won't be in school, all the other stuff. So it's like, pushing yourself to keep going and deal with what you have to deal with right now, but also allow God to work in and help you get to a place where you can be comfortable and live the life that He wants you to live. I hope that made sense. So the third one says, okay. Life is lived in the mess, the underbelly, the building, the falling, the breaking, the grit, the standing up, the dusting off. The shine is not life. That's the reflection of hard work and determination. Life is the journey there. And it's not a straight line. That is one of the greatest misconceptions about life. The line is actually squirrely with many, many loops. And that's what makes life a journey instead of a destination. Point A to B is not life. That is a sentence. Life requires the entire alphabet. Again, it's similar. It's saying like, life is all about ups and downs, highs and lows. And life is, a bunch of twists and turns. It's a journey. It's not a destination. And I like that, because a lot of the times, like I was trying to say, in society, this agenda of like a destination. And I don't know if you see like on Instagram or like even in psychology books and stuff, I know it's like not necessarily a disorder, but it's like it's a type of mentality. When you have a destination, what is it called? Not destination. obsession or something like that. But it's like when you live your life for destinations, and when you do that, you're never really satisfied, because once you accomplish, or you get to the destination, quote unquote, where you want to be, like say it's like, okay, I want to graduate. All right, fine. Now once you graduate, now I want a job, and now I have the job. Okay, but now I want to get this, and now I want to get that. And it's like, yes, you should want those things and have those lists of things that you want to accomplish, but you're missing out on life if you're not enjoying the things where you are right now. Like if you wanted to move and you moved, like, and take your time to enjoy that and be appreciative of that, show gratitude for that, live in that and enjoy that before the next thing comes, because it comes off as very like gimme, 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 because you're just keep asking God, asking the universe for all these things, and you're getting them, but you're also not living to enjoy them. And it's just like, so what do you want it for? You want it to show off, or do you want it because you feel like you deserve those things and those things will make you happy? So it's like figuring out what makes you happy and enjoying those things and where you are in life until you get to the next stop, and not trying to rush your life, because that's not really living. Enjoy what you have. So definitely, not living your life as a destination. Point A to B is not life. That's boring. That's predictable. That's not really, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to appreciate it either. So the last one, it says, if you feel lost, know that this is the process and you're on your journey. To explore, to learn, to evolve. Without this process, you, in parentheses, a stone, will never become a diamond. So lean into your broken heart, your transition, your rebirth, your new beginning, your resistance. Let go of what you need to let go. Forgive who you need to forgive. Face your dragon. Squash your judgment. Toss your blueprints. Hold on to your dreams and keep moving forward. Even if you're crawling, because if you're moving, you're alive. And if you're alive, you're on your journey. Go. So I definitely like that, because it's encouraging and it's real. You are a stone, and pressure makes the diamond, right? So the more pressure that you feel in your life, you shining, you're about to shine. Just know that you're evolving into the diamond that you need to be. So lean into it and let it be, because the more faith that you have in yourself, the more faith that you have in God and in the universe that you're going to be taken care of, and faith in your spirit angels and your ancestors, that they got your back completely, like free fall, like no worries. That's when you start to live, and that's when you're going to be overflow with abundance and your blessings and everything that you deserve. And you're going to be able to show that gratitude while also, handing it over to the next person and helping out the next person too. So it's scary to go into the unknown and to allow yourself to transition and evolve, because you're becoming someone that you've never met before. You're becoming a better version of yourself, but it's well worth it in the end. And I like how it says, toss your blueprints, but hold on to your dreams. And I feel like as adults, sometimes we don't do that. The older we get, the less that we dream, the less that we hold on to our dreams. But it's okay to have a dream. I like how it says toss your blueprints, because a blueprint is just like this idea of what it's supposed to be. And like I was saying in the beginning, it's like life is never what you think it's supposed to be. It's what it's... Okay, I hope I'm making sense with that when I say this. Life is never what you think it's supposed to be according to you. It's being what it's supposed to be according to God, and like what God's plan is for you in the first place. So, like it says, hold on to your dreams, forget about the judgment, face your dragon, whatever comes your way, have that determination, have that strength, believe in yourself. You can get through anything, and face your fears, face your dragon, forgive who you need to forgive, to them not be able to carry that regret with you. Pack light. I say that a long time ago. It was a couple episodes ago. Remember I said pack light. You're resilient, resistance, keep that, and what else it says? Keep moving forward. There's no sense in standing still. It's that we don't do stagnancy. You're not going backwards. There's nothing there for you. You've already been through that. Go forward. There's always going to be something better ahead. Even if you're crawling, and that's just, taking it day by day, or you're taking one change at a time, whatever the case may be. Like it says, if you're moving, you're alive. And if you're alive, you're on your journey. And if you're on your journey, you're on the right path. And you will, be like me. The more you'll see, the more signs, if you pay attention, listen to the music that you hear. Sometimes there's messages in there. You'll see more spirit, what's it called? You might see spirit number, what's it called? Spirit guide numbers. I'm talking about the numbers, the repeating numbers. It's usually a sign from spirit angels. As well as, you might see a message on the billboard, whatever. Like I said, the butterflies, just certain symbols, things that will catch your eye and you'll be like, that's interesting, And it's usually a message behind it. But it's telling you to stay alive and to keep going. And you're on the right path. And we as humans, it's normal to question whether or not you're doing the right thing, whether you're on the right path. So having those, and God knows that. That's why God, will send signs of reassurance, or have the angels send you messages of reassurance, so that you don't just get discouraged and you don't give up and you don't stop in your journey and you keep going. I think I mentioned it before, but if not, the picture I'm talking about that you see sometimes on like Instagram of the two people digging, and one person he's almost there and he gives up and he turns around, and the other person kept going and he hit the diamond, and they were literally in the same space, but the person who gave up so close, so there's no sense in giving up, because you really, like I said, there's no sense in going backwards. You already know what's there, and you've already done the work. Especially once you've done the work, why not give yourself the credit that you deserve by continuing to keep moving forward, no matter how long it takes. Just if you have the faith that it's coming, it's gonna come. It just comes at divine timing, at the right time that God says is right. And that could be because you have to pass a certain amount of things. You might have to really show to God that no, like what you manifest and what you say and what you're asking for, you really do want it. And that can be shown in various ways. So also, I suggest that too, like monitoring the things that you say. When you pray for something and you ask for something, make sure you're preparing yourself for that. Make sure you're showing God, like, look, no, I'm not playing around. Like, I really do want this job, or I really do want to lose weight, or I really do want to do better with the way that I communicate with my family, or whatever whatever your goal is, or whatever you're manifesting for yourself, making sure that you are really being serious about it, and you showing God that no matter what, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. And that is a good way to be, and it could be a part of your journey, and will help you along the way. Being resilient and sticking to it, and knowing no matter what, no matter who you lose along the way or who doesn't have faith in you, if you have faith in you, that's all you need to keep going, because you are your biggest cheerleader. You are your best friend. You are always with you. That's the main person that you're always with. You can't get rid of yourself. So remaining positive and talking positive to yourself, speaking life into yourself, and just enjoying the journey as well. Not stressing yourself or trying to figure it all out, because life is all about the journey. It's not a destination, it's a journey. So I hope this resonated. I'll post it on my Instagram so that you can read it too, just in case you didn't understand what I was saying when I was reading. And I hope you have a great Sunday and a great start to your week. I hope that everything that you are manifesting for yourself or wishing for comes true at the right time. Pray on it, meditate, and just take it day by day. I'm here if you need me to, you want to talk about something, whatever. You can shoot me an email or a message on Instagram. And I hope that, again, this resonated with somebody. And take care of yourself and don't take life too serious and enjoy the ride.